Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with another speed build for the My Little Pony update. This is actually a speed decorating video for Twilight Sparkle's quote-unquote treehouse. So we saw the build in the last part, so we are doing the decor. I'm starting with, of course, the floors on the upstairs, not really the upstairs, but you know, the above ground floors. So, kind of like I said in the build part, I think I mentioned it, that I kind of made these upper floors like a library-like area, since Twilight Sparkle's house is pretty much a library. I mean, that's what the tree is. She lives in the library. So, obviously it's not like a, you know, functioning library where other people can visit, but it's pretty much just for her purposes. So I made it kind of, you know, look like a library, put lots of bookshelves around, and, you know, just put like a little desk and some reading areas, so some chairs and couches and stuff that she can enjoy. We actually do have a pretty big kind of library area, you know, in her living room downstairs as well. But, you know, I kind of wanted to, I mean, I did that after the fact. I was really planning that this was going to be like where she comes and reads and does stuff. So, yep, that's what we did for these upper floors. So, yeah, it's got a weird, funky layout because I had to, you know, adjust around the stairs, and then there's that weird back corner area that's kind of non-functional. But, you know, it kind of works out, and I kind of like it. You know, we have this interesting little shaped room. It's perfect for the desk by the window. We got some bookshelves around, and, you know, she's got a nice little couch in there. I was originally going to leave it like kind of the wood paneling color, just to keep it so it, like, inside and outside is the same color, but I didn't really like that on the first floor, so I actually used the red toned wood that came with, I think it's Spa Day wallpaper or whatever, well, you know, paneling, just to give it a little more color for that first floor. I don't know, I think I actually might have just left it the wood tone for this floor. And these bookshelves, they may not be able to use because two of them are kind of like right on top of each other, and one of them goes through the wall a little bit, but it's really more, I mean, you really only need one bookshelf that functions in a Sims house. The rest of them are kind of for decorative purposes, so, you know, just to give it that library kind of feel. And again, I don't know if they can actually sit in that chair because it's under the stairs, but whatever, they've got couches all around in here, and they don't particularly need to be in that, but yeah. And so the only, obviously, building that we kind of do in this part is just adjusting the basement to kind of get it to fit the rooms. So we'll see that as I do them, because I think I keep moving them as I'm building. So, yeah. And it's weird. I think it's because there's technically no room above them, that there's no real ceiling, even though it's underground, because, like, the coloring of everything just kept getting, like, at night looks weird. Because I think I had it on night when I was building underground just to, you know, test the lighting and everything. And for some reason, it just, everything was, like, coming out weird looking. I don't know. You'll see, like, when we get to that part. I think this is in the next part of the build. When I'm trying to put the carpet down, it just looks weird. But I don't know. Yeah, and up here, I kind of just put, like, a little bench and a little chess table. I know that in the original My Little Pony, Ponyville lot, where we were playing with everybody, you know, we had her, observatory on the top, and I thought about that after the fact when I was doing it. I'm like, oh, right. There's not enough room up there for the observatory, so I opted to just put that kind of in the backyard, so, you know, like a normal observatory. It would have been cute up on the top, just because it's like, it would look like it's in the tree, and I suppose I could have kind of built, you know, a platform where she could get to it, maybe like build stairs and then like an additional platform, since that's only technically 3 floors and you can have 4, I think, above ground, but oh well, it works out in the backyard. We can always rearrange it and move it like some other time if I feel like, you know, it needs to be up there, or we want more room in the backyard for something. But yeah, so just kind of doing an additional bit of like landscaping and adjusting and everything. So I opted to continue the fence around because it just looked kind of weird to me. I wanted it originally just the half fence because I just kind of wanted to block off that open lot, like, as if, you know, we're keeping our property private, but also, you know, keep it open to everything else. But yeah, it just wasn't working for me, so I just built the fence all the way around. You know, whatever. And then I kind of ended it with those cute little street lamps because, you know, everybody needs. If you've got, because it's a half wall, I didn't want it to like. Because I didn't want to actually use like a fence because I liked the wall look, the brick wall look. And they don't actually have like a really good brick fence kind of a tool. Yeah, we need better fences, guys. Sims people, just, you know, not that anybody watches these, but whatever. But yeah, so, and then, yeah, that area was kind of weird back there, so I was like trying to like fill it in with shrubberies, and trying to figure out how to do that. I should have probably just left it the way I had it. It was fine. I think I ended up putting like this one in there or something. I don't know. I forget what I did, but I was like, I just needed like. I was like, oh look, that'd be cute. Nope. Okay, so okay, I put a plain one in there, or maybe I put the. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. All right, I just scattered them around. I don't know. It was like this weird concave area between the house and the tree, and I was like, we need to fill this in somehow because it just looks weird. So I kind of just slapped some shrubs in there just to give it a little bit of something so it doesn't look as like empty of a space. So yeah, all right, so that's kind of all right, whatever. I did something like that. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's odd because she lives in a treehouse, but this is the only tree on the lot, but it's the magical tree, which. Yeah, I opted to give her a rocket ship. I actually moved things around because I figure if she's looking out the telescope, I don't want it to look like she's looking in people's houses because that's the way it looked when it was facing the other way. It's like, hey, is your house right there? I'm looking at it, so I kind of opted to like switch that and the rocket ship. So, and then I kind of wanted to make like a little worn path, so it kind of looks like. You know, she's walked this path a bunch of times from her house to her thing, and it, you know, just like a worn kind of, just a little bit of something for it, so it's kind of what we're doing now. I apologize if it's kind of jerky and spazzy. I kind of wanted to, originally I was going to try to fit this and Parts 3 in together and try to make one video, but then it was like it was way faster than this, and it was like, okay, I'm going blind trying to like dub over it, so I fixed it, but there are certain parts like this where I'm moving around a lot and it looks really, really like spazzy, but at the same time there's other parts where we're building and decorating and it's like, okay, 20 minutes later I'm still putting that, you know, bookshelf there, so, and yay, bookshelf doors, because of course she would have bookshelf doors. Wouldn't she? Yes, she would. And so I kind of was messing around with down here because I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a bathroom and then the bedroom here, and then I kind of, I mean, you could see in the original build, I was kind of messing around with the basement. I didn't know what I really wanted to do because it wasn't my original intention or plan to have a basement, but it's kind of just how it had to work out. So I mess around with the bathroom quite a bit before I get it to a nice point that I like. Oh, sorry, no me to yawn. Woo. I'm just doing a lot of talking because I'm dubbing all of these at the same time. So it's a lot of talking and a lot of explaining. So sorry if I repeat myself. I do that a million times. Yeah, see, I was placing a million lights because I couldn't figure out why the hell will the lights not work down here. Like, I put a light in and I'm like, it's not working. It's not lighting anything up. Like, why isn't it? And now it works. Now it doesn't. Now it works. I don't know. I think I want to say it's because it's in a basement and there's technically nothing above that, but it was driving me crazy because I'm like, it's dark in here. Why won't the lights work? And then as soon as you get a light work, you make the room a little bit bigger and then the light stops working. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a nightmare. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, so we kind of just do the bedroom and the bathroom, I think. And again, like I said I think I mentioned it in the build, you'll notice when I do the house that I completely forget that Spike lives here, so Spike doesn't have a bedroom until the very end. And it's kind of just like shoehorned in there because like I was just kind of rearranging the walls and everything as I was building. It's not like I slapped down a plan and was like, this is going to be this. I kind of just was like, oh, I'm going to move this here, and I guess this will work. And, you know, as you can see me changing the shape of the bathroom so that, like, the shower and the tub are on these little alcoves, you know, built into the walls. It kind of just, you know, it was like that with everything else. I'm just moving walls around and changing shapes of things and changing where things go, and, you know, not having like a specific layout in mind. So when I remembered I had to do Spike's room, like I started building it in one spot and I'm like, and there's no room here. So I had to like kind of rearrange things again because there's no wall space to put a door anywhere. You'll see when we get to the next part. I kind of threw the little clip that I did of Spike's bedroom that will be at the end of part 3. So kind of out of place, but you know, I like to keep things in order. So, you know, you're not seeing me build Spike's room when there's parts of a house that you haven't seen. But, yeah. So, yeah, he probably could have had his own bathroom. But again, like I said, I was not thinking about him living with us. So, Lord, I forget things. I did the same thing with Rarity. I totally forgot about Sweetie Belle. I built her this awesome loft above her shop, and it was, like, so cute, and I loved it. And then I was like, oh! So then I built a room for Sweetie Belle, and then I was like, oh, yeah, trying to move one sim. Like, it's one thing when you click one sim and you're like, oh, I didn't mean to go to the home lot, I meant to go to the shop because that's where she lives, you know. But then Sweetie Belle going to school from the community lot's one thing, but when she comes home from school, she's going to be coming home to the home lot, and then I'd have to bring her, and it's like I'm going to have to keep remembering to do that while, so I'm like, and that could just get a little like aggravating. So I'm like, well, you know what, we'll just build them a house. So it's pretty much the same format as the loft. So when we get to the part where we play with Rarity, you'll see the new house that I built. And actually the house, Rarity's house, and her original layout floor plan for her shop are the ones that I put up on the gallery. So the one with the loft above it is not out on the gallery. So you'll notice that if you look for these under my user ID for The Sims, which is always in the description field, so you can find anything that I actually do upload. I actually didn't put like hashtags or anything on any of these because I don't think about that, because I don't usually upload my stuff to the gallery. Like, I don't like to share my stuff because I don't want like people, I don't know, I just always like, it's mine, like. But, so yeah, I didn't put any hashtags or anything on anything because I don't, like I said, I haven't been using the gallery normally for uploading. You know, I don't make houses that I'm like, oh, I want to share this for everybody. I made a house for everybody to use. But I did upload these because I know people kept asking, so I did share these. Obviously, if you don't have the custom content, I don't think it shows up. You might end up with half-empty houses, but hey. And no, I can't provide a list of where I got custom content because I get it from Tumblr, I get it from The Sims Resource, I get it from a million places, and I kind of get lost when I shop for custom content, so it's kind of impossible for me to keep track, which is why I don't do custom content showcases. But I have, usually if I go out to Tumblr, I do share each thing that I download on my Tumblr page, so that is a good way to find a lot of it. More recently, originally when I was starting, I did not like think to do that before everybody started asking where I got custom content. So, you know, so some of the older stuff is not going to be there, but anytime I do get anything off Tumblr, it's there. Otherwise, it's pretty much The Sims Resource and sometimes Mod The Sims. So those are where I would recommend going. A majority of this stuff probably comes from The Sims Resource, though, so you could spend days on that page. I usually do, because I try to go every few days and download, because I'll spend like an hour or more, because it does take a while to download from them, so. But anyway, kind of lost my train of thought with the build, just rambling about custom content, but yeah, so all the houses and everything will be up at some point, because obviously I don't load them to the gallery until after the build videos post, because I don't want anybody, I want everyone to be surprised. I don't want anybody sneakily downloading the house and like seeing it before you see the build, so like, so like this one probably is not up there just yet, but it will be at some point, because I will go in obviously to play the game, and then we will end up having it will be up in there. So yeah. So yes, it will go there eventually. So just look for that. All the other ones are there. They'll just be under my my user ID, and then you'll be able to find them. Obviously, you have to look with custom content on. But I don't have like a ton of stuff, so it's easy to find, and everything is labeled like Twilight Sparkle or whatnot. It's just, like I said, no hashtags, because I don't normally upload things to the gallery, so I don't really think about it. And I didn't think about it after I loaded them, that like, oh, hey, hashtags would help people find things. Like if I did like My Little Pony or Spacey Sims YouTube or something, you know. But I'm sure you can find them. So just kind of decorating her bedroom now. Yep. So yeah, it's just, I go on rambling about uploading stuff to the gallery, and now I'm like, and we're just doing, you know, bedroom decoration. Yeah, so I'm just kind of filling things in, like some clutter. Of course, there's lots of books and some flowers and stuff like that, but there's definitely books. And, you know, just because I like that little headboard kind of a thing, because it's like a shelf, but obviously, duh, because there's stuff on it. But, you know, and I just kind of like filled it in with some things. And I'm just, I didn't really have, like I said, I didn't have a strict plan. I suppose her bedroom could have been a little more, old school, like fancier furniture and stuff, you know, since that's kind of the way the libraries are. They look like fancy formal libraries, not like, okay, here's a funky bookshelf. It's like the, you know, like old world, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But so I kind of could have done that, you know, with her bedroom and everything, but it just, I don't know. This is just how it turned out, so it's just how it worked. And I really wonder if that actually works as a dresser, because it says it's a dresser, but I don't know if it actually works as one, so I'm gonna find out. But it is cute because it kind of like at least looks almost like a vanity table, so if it works like a dresser, that's cute too. You can put stuff on it like you can a dresser, so. And I kind of liked, I was gonna do something funky with the mirrors, and then I kind of layered that other one inside, and I'm like, oh, I actually really like the way that looked. It's not even, though, I just realized that now, like it's a little off to one side, so I'm gonna need to adjust that. I didn't even realize when I was building. Oh, that's driving me crazy now, but yeah. I'll try to fix that. I'll probably forget for a while, but yeah, you know, that's what it is. And so yeah, and then I did put a bookcase in her bedroom, and I just put this little chair. Like, you can put it up. I kind of wanted it slightly off kilter from the thing, because I wanted her to still be able to walk up to the dresser and use it if it does function as a dresser, but I wanted the chair to look like it belonged there, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So we're just putting the final touches on her bedroom with the bookcase, and that's pretty much it for this part. So I will wrap this part up here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you back for part 3. So remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.